Hello again, this is a walkthrough of Mastery Exam AA, Practice Version 1, Problem 3. In this problem we're asked to simplify completely this expression here that involves x's raised to exponents. What this is really asking you to do is use your knowledge of the exponent properties that you learned in Algebra 2. A lot of people have trouble remembering these, so let's go over the rules themselves first before we try the problem. There's a couple of things happening in this problem. One of them, as you can see right here, we're raising x to the second power and then immediately to the fourth power. There's a rule for that, but how does that work? Let's go over here and remind ourselves. So if I take x and raise it to one kind of power, let's say a, and then immediately raise it to the b power, the rule is that I multiply those exponents together. And you know how you can remember this is just to keep a simple example in mind. Like take, for example, 2 to the second power to the third power. Now, I think we can all agree that's going to be 2 to the something power, but is it going to be 2 to the fifth where I add the exponents, or is it 2 to the sixth where I multiply the exponents? Well, it's real easy to remember if you just remember what exponents are. What's 2 to the second? That's 2 times 2, right? When you take a number and multiply it by itself. But then I'm taking that 2 to the second and cubing it, which means I'm going to have 2 to the second times another 2 to the second times another 2 to the second. And how many 2's is that total? That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. So 2 to the sixth. You see how I multiplied the exponents together to get a 6. So that's why that rule works. Now another thing that's going to happen here is that I'm going to take x to one power and multiply it to x to another power. So there's another rule in play here about when I have x to the a, for example, times x to the b. I think we can all agree the base is going to be x, but what's the exponent? Well, it turns out in this rule I'm going to add the exponents. Now, why is that the case? Well, again, a simple example is helpful. What if I had 2 to the second power times 2 to the third power? Well, let's see. 2 to the second power is 2 times 2 times 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2. Now, how many 2's is that? Well, of course, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's. So in 2, that's 2 to the fifth. So when I am taking a base to an exponent times same base to a different exponent, I'm adding. Again, you can memorize the rules if you want to. It's not a bad idea, but I think having the basic examples in the back pocket there is also a pretty good idea as well. Now let's clear the canvas here and do the problem that's in front of us. Well, the first thing we need to do is raise x to the second power to the fourth power. Let's do that first. So the thing above is x to the second power to the fourth power. That would be, here I'm multiplying, or I'm sorry, I have x to the second raised to the fourth, so I need to multiply the exponents and get x to the eighth. I'm still multiplying times x to the fifth, and so now we know what to do. I have same base, different exponents, and they're multiplied, so I need to add those things together, and I get x to the 13th. Now, completely simplify means that I have gone through and done all the arithmetic I can possibly do, and there's nothing else to do. And I'm at that point. I can't add any exponents together. Nothing makes this any simpler. So that's my answer. Memorize the rules, but also memorize the example too. It'll really help you out later on. Promise.